Good morning, everybody. You feel your body and remind yourself about bodhicitta briefly. Offering our body, our mind, ourself, our whole being to reality. And to help and to serve others. Inviting the blessings of Babaji and Mataji. Just think about the name of the Master. Let's chant Babaji's or Mataji's mantras while combing through our body and combing the aura, combing the vertical pillar. A minute or two. Om Amrita Babaji Namaha. 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 Om Amrita Mataji 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 Namaha. Good. Stay in tune. Let's continue with stepping. Softly, elastically, swinging arms gently. Weight mostly on the balls of feet. Extending through the whole body, through the crown, and also out through the arms, hands. Your hips stay level, so you're not bouncing up and down. Hips stay level, shoulders stay level. Feel the body from inside. And see if you can feel the whole body at once from the inside. Change foot. The reason why we are swinging the arms just a little bit is because as you're moving back and forth with small movement, it is easier to harmonize arms with the rest of the body. But if you think you have the rhythm, you can lift arms higher. sit down for a moment. Good. Stand up again. Let's just briefly check a little bit about extension of the whole body frame. So look at me. Some people stand like this, right? Kind of like it. I can extend. Remember what I said about opening the joints? So here I can feel that even my ankle, well, not really in the knee, but hips and the spine and the neck kind of squeeze together. But I can gently extend the whole frame without extending. The extension is not this much, but extending in a healthy way, extending it to the natural frame. And now, when you do that, you can feel that there is this line, this power line, going through the body. So when you move, that power line, that frame is naturally elongated. Let's try. If I stop you for a moment, take a look at me. Not like this. So if you end up, when you take the step forward, if you are in this kind of shoulders high, chest extended, you should be in a position where you are in that upright natural elongation. So that's what I mean, that hips stay level, shoulders stay level. Not like a children's swing game. very softly, elastically. That's actually very interesting that even though we are moving back and forth, kind of like kelloviisari. What do you call that?
Hands on the clock.
What?
Hands on the clock.
Yeah. Kind of moving back and forth mechanically, the movement is very soft. So you don't hit back, bang, 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 but it's kind of one elastic movement, flowing movement back and forth. Change foot. What you can do when the arms swing down is gently touch your hips with the surface here on the wrist and palm. Gently touch your hips. That will give you some support when you touch your body moment, rather than if you're swinging here. I just noticed that some of you might find it useful because then your hands and arms are starting from the body, from the center line. Okay, sit down. For the sake of all beings, remembering Babaji, remembering Mataji, and then prostrations, easy version and a bit more dynamic version. Sets of 4, 5, 6 reps, or if you are in good shape, more than that, 10, 15. So let's do maybe like 3 rounds, 3 sets. Go ahead. Is the air okay? Okay. 3 sets before rolling on the back. Relax jaw when taking a breather. Mouth open. Lips relaxed. Alright, then like turtles, let's roll on the back. Here again, a few sets, 3 sets. So roll on the back until you feel like taking a breather. And again, it can be just small rolling movement or a bigger one. In the bigger one, your legs swing over your head. Some of you even might be able to, with your toes, touch the floor above head. So you can hold your knees from behind the knees or not hold them, depending how strong your core is, how strong your gut is. Feel the body from inside. Stay in touch with the pure center in the head, pure center in the heart and in the gut. Rolling with Babaji, rolling with Mataji. when we look at some natural view, perhaps night sky full of stars, or some, seeing a large forest or a lake from a mountaintop, or maybe even when seeing a city from the top of a skyscraper, we are fascinated by what we are seeing. And similarly, what is how we can do physical exercises, how we can cultivate our bodies and energies, we can be fascinated by it. But usually we don't see that, or it doesn't appear so, that people are fascinated by their running, by their walking, or even their qigong practice or yoga practice. Well, not everybody has to be fascinated about physical practice, but I just want to communicate it with you and to my students that really the principles that we discussed in regarding these practices, these simple longevity practices and Amrita asanas, it's a learning process of oneself, but most importantly of one's body and use of one's body. And use of one's body meaning to unify the body and apply the unified body into any movement. On the yoga mat, when walking home with 2 bags of groceries, any movement, that's a form of art. This is the whole point of my Zen art lineage from Terayama Roshi, that there is a path and there is fulfillment. It's a journey of making discoveries of that unification of body and then joining basic awareness with that unified body and then applying that in one's daily life, or if you practice other forms of art, from knitting to painting to whatever, you're using that bodily experience in whatever you're doing. And that's like this type of art doesn't really exist in the West. There has been a number of Western artists, painters, sculptors who have kind of intuitively started, going to that direction or having some basic ideas of Zen art. But this was developed into its own art for thousands of years in ancient China and then later in Japan. So there's a lot in that. It's not only just dumb stepping back and forth. That's just a rudimentary exercise. It's kind of like we were discussing music. We always discuss music with John because we both have background in guitar. But it's kind of like when you start learning music, you first have to learn how to use your fingers, playing piano or guitar, or how to get a basic sense of, your vocal cords when you start singing. Some idea. And then you're given exercises, some chords, some scales, whatever basic exercises to start your learning process. And taking steps or doing prostrations with whole body unified, it's like that. You have to start from something simple and just take it from there. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because I want to communicate to you that it's not only like we see that a lot, don't we? When people are running, I just wanna, lose those 900 calories running these 4 kilometers. And they're barely breathing, barely present in the body. It's a completely different experience, right? So yeah, there's a lot to discover, a lot to explore. Thank you very much. I am actually in time. All right. Tiina will continue.